Florence of Hard Tech. Like it's a renaissance moment of high density and quality output.
We're here. I mean, this is the refinery's right there. This is all an alley. What are we doing back here?
So you have all of these awesome startups. There were hard tech startups on both sides of it. And as the elected official, the dreaded parent showing up, you talk to one and say, well, what are you making? Oh, we're going to make this. We get some advanced metallurgy going for a new rocket body. That's interesting. And then you see a furnace go rolling by, unplugged. What are you going to do with that? Well, we need about 3,000 degrees. So we borrowed it from those guys. They're just pushing stuff back and forth across the alley. It was awesome. Historically, these had all been feeder plants for the refinery, some in aviation. So stamping, fasteners or aviation parts. So it had plenty of electricity and plenty of power, but what it didn't have is any of the IT component. We got fiber in and along this street, and that really developed very quickly with a lot of the venture-backed startups.
Do you feel like you have to actually market the city, or does that word of mouth, that collegial network kind of sell itself?
To certainly get the network effect, but 5 years ago, we were going to, in the early days of the pandemic, we had real concerns about the vacancies. So we went to Silicon Valley and told the venture firms, like, hey, if you have people who are trying to make stuff, not crypto, not SaaS platforms, but make stuff, we're ideally suited for it, and we have the talent for it. We had rezoned this. We thought we was going to go creative office. So we thought we'd see a lot more SaaS type things. We thought we'd see things in the entertainment industry. So we had aggressively rezoned it, changed the parking and things like that. But like a lot of communities, once the pandemic hit, you had to really dial in like, hey, what is it we do? And we're like, hey, what we do? We make things. I asked like how these two companies got together, one building a giant solar mast and one that's going to go to the moon. They're like, oh, we're just, both behind a brewery drinking IPAs. I was complaining that I had a solar mast with nowhere to go. And the guy was having trouble, coming up with a power source for his lunar rover. And those two just, those are the way that these sort of marriages happen. You get different metallurgies and telemetries and technologies that all come together informally because we have such a high density of talent. The second highest density of PhDs in the state, the second highest density of Fortune 500 companies in the state. Because Raytheon, there's the Air Force Base over here, the Northrop production lines. In Silicon Valley Bank retrenched. Silicon Valley Bank provided so many ancillary services that were startup focused, and we just got pulled in as a city, honestly, to help do some of that matchmaking in a way that ordinarily a venture firm might. But it was kind of what the market was asking for. You got a bunch of guys who are making a nuclear reactor, but their dad might still do their taxes. Giant county with more people than Michigan in it. You kind of have to work together as coalitions. So we get together all the time as cities. The planning staffs know each other. Economic development staffs all know each other and really work for like big solutions. Because we don't want companies to feel like they have to leave the state from some imagined regulatory burden if we can help with that. We have companies move back to California for this. You sit there and ask the guys like, hey, what's slowing you down? Oh, we bring in this precision equipment and it bounces around because our alley isn't paved. Well, who paves an alley? Well, guys, we got to pave the alleys. Most of the stuff in council meetings, there's a lot more of, is the permit secured for the chili cook-off?
As it should be.
Can I get a stop sign?